Namaste, everyone, and welcome. Welcome on this extra special Tuesday. Aren't we lucky? We happen to be on a Tuesday where it is a summer solstice. I'm wishing everyone a happy summer solstice. It could not be a better day to meditate on the light than today. So, welcome everyone from across the world. I was looking at the chat before we started, and there's people from all over Europe, Italy, Denmark, Sweden, and I saw Canada, and I saw Hawaii. So, I know that there's usually we have friends from all over the planet that sometimes join in on these Tuesday evenings. If you happen to just click on this channel wondering what's going on here, welcome. See, this is a place for everyone to just join in and meditate. If you're feeling for meditation on a Tuesday, in Sweden, it's an evening, it's 8 p.m. here. And it's always Tuesday, 8 p.m. We gather here for meditation, and everyone is welcome. If you live on this planet, or even if you live off planet, you're also welcome. Everyone is welcome to join in to this meditation on light, on this summer solstice light, when our highest potentials are arising. You know the light is inside. You figured that out, huh? So the light, actually, it was given in a very strong meditation to me the other day, as the light. I've had two near-death experiences. And in the near-death experience, you can kind of transition your normal perception of life because you kind of get it in a different way. It's an experience from the body. So as I was traveling in the tunnel kind of thing, leaving the body, there was this paradox. Paradox, right? When two things are happening like that seems to be opposite, but still it's the truth. So they say that life comes in paradox. So as I was traveling, seemingly outside, leaving the body behind, and also I traveled inside. So inside to the smallest molecule and beyond that small inside, there's a light. So there is a light within us. It's not some kind of hocus pocus. There is really a light in us. The sun, the moon, the stars, everything. It's not some kind of, wishy-washy, fairy thing. I actually traveled there. I had no idea that that was there. So twice this happened. Same light beings. I guess in the olden days, like when Swedenborg was alive, he lived, as a Christian mystic inventor that lived in the 1700s from Sweden. And, he talked about, angelic beings and stuff. I think in our modern days, we, at least I perceived it as light beings, and they came out of this light that I would call the great compassionate light. Later, much later, I learned about Sri Amma Bhagavan's mission and vision for the world and humanity, and I joined into that vision. And that is to discover our own sacred platform inside. That we transition the religious kind of thinking, or even having to belong to one set of, philosophy or whatnot. See, it's personal, right? It's actually highly personal how we each relate to this presence inside. So that's been my passion for the last 20 years, actually, since that happened to me. So it's not like, well, before it was a really strong seeking and a vision and just some kind of obsession that I have to find the answer. Not that I had a particular difficult life in Sweden. It was just something that was missing, and I knew that I'm here to find that. And I looked at all the religions and in all of science. I was really good at chemistry, and I got a job at the chemical lab. I was supposed to be a chemist, but life happens. I got accepted to university, and see, chemistry and religion is like the same thing, but I just figured they don't have the whole picture. So I kept searching, and when I found Oneness, and it's founded by Sri Amma Bhagavan, the spiritual avatars that are here to help enlighten enough people to make an impact on the collective consciousness. So it's not here to start a movement or an organization, that kind of thing. It's just if you have it in your DNA. I think I'm supposed to be enlightened this year. I had that. It's just, there's a seeking going on here. So how to go about it? And I found Siddha Yoga. Followed that for 20 years, chanting Om Namah Shivaya. I was like, yeah, I'm getting some cool experiences here. But is it possible to live a life free of suffering and just in peace and joy without having to sit in a cave meditating all day? Because I'm sure I love that, but I want to have like a regular life. So when I discovered in 2002 Oneness, my life changed. But it's personal. That's the thing, right? So, how about this me and we consciousness? I went to this great lecture in Helsingborg. They have a huge, fantastic, in like smart city thing going on here in this city. And there was a lecture where they talked about we consciousness that we need to look at in all this smart city AI and all this robot thing going on. And yeah, sure, it's great, but where's the human factor, right? So this brain scientist from the university, she talked about the we and the me. So if you write, and she had that, of course, me, and then if it's a mirror or a lake, it's a mirror, there's we. So me and we. So then I'm thinking, I come from the we more. For the past 20 years, I've been speaking about oneness, which is a we consciousness. I think what is missing in this oneness? It's the me. See, the me, where is the place for the me in this? See, many spiritual paths which focus on getting rid of the self. But in this path, we are actually including and being guided into how to love oneself. How else can you have a we if there's not a me? Because it will be ultimately mirrored somewhere in somebody else. There is a me in there. Huh? What is happening to you then? So this thing of trying to get rid of the self, or trying, even worse, I tried this for many, many years, maybe 20 years at least, to try to change the we world that I saw. There's something wrong. I got to change. Got to change this world. Where do I start? Well, how about, right? So something happened in here, which we call divine intervention. Like you get some kind of experience that changed your life, except for the near-death experiences. This was such a thing. February 2002. I won't share it here now because I've shared it so many times during the year, and so many people are so tired. Don't share that again. But when something like that happens, when your physical body, your mind, consciousness, everything in you have an experience that is that powerful, life change. So not only did I have the near-death experience, whereas definitely, it was 27 years ago, definitely traveled both inside and outside at the same time. Yes, my friends, that is what's happening. So on a summer solstice, for sure, that light came like the other night. I was just lying down resting on the sofa, no big deal. And all of a sudden, there is that like this light arising from inside, and I go, oh, I know that light. Twice. Is it that time, my friends? I don't mind it. I just wondered, is that it? It's rising up to here, and it's just like the sun, something beautiful. It's not like, oh, there's the light, No, because it is a light that is also witness. It's a seeing. It is a golden light, bright, like things are being revealed. Like whatever you need to see, you need some light on. So that light is like that. So it was rising up here, and then somehow my head seems to be saying, on my brain, just like, oh yeah, I got, some communication. So my role was just an orb somewhere witnessing this whole thing, seeing that there is like skottsäkra västar. What is that called in English? Fireproof arm. When someone trying to shoot you, you got this, vest on. So the police inside me was like gathering around this light, just like, we got to make sure, and this is what my teacher Sri Bhagavan says: awakening, it happens through the immune system. So what does that mean? So just like when you get a virus in, if you have a strong immune system, it's seen as the police. So I'm very visual in my, I always have mystical ways of explaining and seeing things. So in my world, the immune system in me is the police, and they had also fireproof arm, like making sure that there's nothing bad coming in here. No, it's only good things. So the light is indeed, my friends, coming from inside, and it's a wonderful thing. So like with many of you, I have great passion to help not only a few people to come into the light, to come into seeing what is there, to be with what is there, but to actually experience that state where you are in that liberation, that freedom of the mind, or freedom with the mind, you can say. The mind is there to be helped for whatever we need to have, but it's not there to dictate our lives. So the time that we're in right now, this was what the vision experience was showing me, that the immune system in all of us, and isn't it wonderful that we had this experience, the planetary, immune system got heightened for a couple of years. So we got the understanding of, oh yeah, if we have immune system, then we can handle this, whatever flu is coming or cold or something else coming. If we got an immune system, it's great. So it's awakening happening through the immune system, same thing. So as we are coming into föroreningar, what is that called now? And see, I'm in Sweden now, so it's like exhaustion, things that are coming to contamination. So contaminations, when that is coming in, the immune system is there to just like, got this. So all the police, they were like really some sturdy guys, and they were looking at the light, and I was like an orb coming in, and they turned around, and they're like, and I said, what's going on? And they said, look. So there's this light coming up, and I feel it is a reflection of what is happening in the summer solstice and time that we are entering into now. We're coming into a new time. Did you feel that things are changing a little bit? Things are, with the light, things are being seen. We're being more transparent because the light is there. Oh, we can see. And when you learn to see the contamination, or what we can call the darkness, or that within us that are like suffering or like uncomfortable, when we learn to see that without, you know, you can't judge it. You can only see it and flow with it, whatever is happening, because life is like a river. Nothing stays. So it's not like you're going to have this uncomfortableness for the rest of your life. It's just you just flow with it, just go with it. But if we are not tempted to change it, to like go into like, oh, I'm going to fight, no, there are systems in us that takes care of that. We don't have to go that route. We don't have to go into a war. Just see what is happening, and we are changing the outcome of what is happening in the world, the collective consciousness. So you're welcome to join this on Tuesday evening, because it's one way to affect the collective consciousness. If nothing else, it's here to help affect your consciousness, because you're here. That's the important thing. We get back to the me again, right? Because everyone is sacred, everyone is special, everyone is a unique sovereign being. Everyone is important. Why? Because we are this world, we are the whole universe.